Hello everyone and welcome to chapter 13 lesson 5 data dictionary views constraints information. In the previous lesson we learned how to use data dictionary views to get information about the objects, about the tables, about the columns. Here we are going to learn how to get information about the constraints. The first data dictionary view, user underscore constraints, it provides information about constraints in all tables that you own, like the table name, the constraint name, the constraint type, not null, check constraint, foreign key, primary key, unique key, and so on. The status of the constraint, is it enabled or disabled? So if you have a table, for example employees table, and you want to get information about all constraints created on the employees table, you can go with user underscore constraint data dictionary view to get all information about those constraints. All underscore constraints, it's also a data dictionary view. It provides information about constraints in all table to which you have access. We can use also user underscore cons underscore columns. It is also a data dictionary view. It provides information about constraints in all tables that you own. The table name, the constraint name, and the column name. The previous data dictionary view user underscore constraint cannot be used to get information about the columns where the constraint created. If you want to get information from both views, user underscore constraints and user underscore cons underscore columns, you can join both views together using the table name and the constraint name in this case. All underscore cons underscore columns, it's also a data dictionary view. It provides information about constraints on all tables to which you have access, here to only the tables that you own. Let's have a look at this example to understand how to use user underscore constraint data dictionary view to get information about the constraints. Select table name, this is the table name, constraint name, this is the constraint name, constraint type, this is the type of the constraint, delete rule, this is the delete rule, status of the constraint. From user underscore constraints where table underscore name equal departments, I want to retrieve all constraints created on a table called departments table. This is the name of the table, which is departments table. This is the name of the constraint. This is the type of the constraint. This is the delete rule of the constraint and the status of the constraint. Is it enabled or disabled? Constraint type here, R means this is a foreign key. Here is R, it's a foreign key. This is a check constraint. This is a primary key. Delete rule, this is applicable only for foreign keys. On delete set null or on delete cascade or no action. If you remember foreign keys, you can create foreign key on delete cascade or on delete set null. If you don't specify on delete cascade or on delete set null, the delete rule is no action. And the status here for all constraints enabled. Here in this example we use user underscore cons underscore columns. We cannot use user underscore constraints data dictionary view to get information about the columns where the constraint created. If you want to get information about the columns where the constraint created, we can use user underscore cons underscore columns in this case. So select table name, constraint name, column name from user underscore cons underscore columns where table name equal department. So this is the constraint name. So depth underscore name underscore nn is created on department underscore name column in the departments table. And this primary key constraint is created on department underscore id. This is foreign key created on location underscore id. This is foreign key constraint created on the manager underscore id column name. Here in example 2 we use join to join user underscore constraints data dictionary view with user underscore cons underscore columns to get information from both tables. So if you want to retrieve the table name, the constraint type, the status of the constraint, as well as the column name, in this case we have to join both views together because we want to retrieve data from the first view and data from the second view. Column underscore name exists only in the second view, user underscore cons underscore columns. Constraint type and constraint status exist only in the first view, which is user underscore constraints. So in this case, we have to join both views together to get information from both views. So here, select c.table_name, c.constraint name, c.constraint type, comma, cc.column_name, c.delete rule, c.status from user_constraints c. So here we provide an alias for user_constraints. So these column table, constraint name, constraint type, delete rule, and the status from the first view, join user_cons_column cc and this column_name from the second view on c.table name equals cc.table name and c.constraint name equals cc.constraint name. This is our conditions for the join. The table name from the first view equal to the table name from the second view, and the constraint name from the first view equal to the constraint name in the second view. And last thing, filter the output where table name equal departments. I don't want to retrieve all constraints. I want to retrieve only the constraints created on a departments table. So here, this is the table name, department. This is the name of the constraint, the type of the constraint, the column name, location ID, the delete rule here, and the enable. So we get information from both views using the join statement. So in this lesson, we learned how to use user_constraints and user_cons_columns to get information about the constraints. I hope this video was informative for you, and thank you for watching.